Before that moment, let us invite the persons reading the eulogy to come and read the eulogy of our dear President, Mwai Kibaki, so that we can all feel with his life and unite ourselves to pray for him.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, First Lady, Margaret Kenyatta, Your Excellencies, the Deputy President and the Second Prime Minister of the Republic, my Lord Bishops, colleague governors, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen. Reading the eulogy for you is myself, Ndiritu Muriithi, and
Ryan Mwai. I am a grandson of His Excellency, the former President.
Or as he is more popularly known in the family, Big Mwai. Your Excellency, perhaps heeding the Bishop's request, and in honor of the departed President, and the Bishop did request that we should learn to say sorry more often. May I just request, please, turn to the person sitting next to you and say sorry. Your Excellency, and the congregation, we thank you. So here it goes. Leo Tolstoy once said that there is no greatness where there is no simplicity, goodness, and truth. And here, therefore, is the life and times of His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, CGH, third President of Kenya. That Mwai Kibaki was a humble man who loved simplicity is well known. That he was a good and great man is an acknowledged fact. That he cherished truth and fairness is not in doubt. Mwai Kibaki recognized that serving others is life's greatest joy and its ultimate reward. In him, Kenyans found reason to hope, the courage to dream, and a man to emulate. Mwai Kibaki's life is intertwined with, with our nation's history. But besides being a story of a commander-in-chief of great accomplishments, it is a story of a deeply devoted family man, a beloved son, a dear husband, a cherished father, and a grandfather, a treasured brother, and a dutiful uncle and relative to many. Mwai Kibaki taught us that public service is noble and necessary. He showed us that one can serve with passion and utmost integrity. In fidelity to our shared humanity, he heeded the call to serve his country and never looked back. Earning the profound privilege to serve as a teacher, lawmaker, cabinet minister, vice president, leader of the official opposition, and as President of the Republic of Kenya. He undertook his duties with a distinct many in Kenya, East Africa, Africa, and beyond for years to come. Sunrise. Mwai Kibaki was born to Kibaki'S and Teresia Wanjiku on the 15th of November 1931 in Dhongori village in the present-day Othaya sub-county in Nyeri County. He was the last born in a family of 6. His siblings are the late Wagui, the late Githinji, the late Kenywa, Waiderero, who is here with us today, the late Ndiritu, and the late Waruguru. During his childhood, a time when Kibaki and his age mates routinely engaged in tending goats and calves near home, a peculiar structure erected in the area caught his fancy. He was to learn later that the unusual edifice constructed by Catholic missionaries was essentially come school. As fate would have it, young Kibaki ended up being part of the new world that this new phenomenon portended. He attended his preparatory school, dubbed Sub-A and Sub-B there. At first, his father was a little skeptical about young Kibaki's peculiar venture. However, Kibaki's enthusiasm to become part of the novel adventure was unstoppable, and so his long and illustrious academic enterprise started in earnest. After successfully completing his foundational schooling, Mwai Kibaki joined Gatuyaini Primary School, where he spent 2 years. Back then, there was no telling where this journey would land him. However, being the diligent and bright boy he was, his prospective fortunes were already ascertainable. As it came to pass, Mwai Kibaki was destined for greatness. Those who knew Mwai Kibaki from his childhood days through his time at Makerere University speak of a man who, right from the start, knew what he wanted to become and the path he wanted to follow to achieve it. Nothing, it would seem, was coincidental, purposefulness. Kibaki later joined the Holy Ghost Catholic Missionaries Karima Mission School, which is today Karima Primary School, for another 3 years. From there, he went to Madari School, later named Nyeri High School, before joining the Mangu High School, discovering Yonda. It was at Mangu High School that greatly transformed Kibaki's life. Started by Catholic priests, Mangu High School became the melting pot in which some of the best brains in the country were chaperoned into greatness. The founders of Mangu High School were keen on establishing an institution firmly anchored in the Catholic faith and fully committed to the pursuit of academic excellence. After excelling at Mangu High School, Kibaki joined Makerere University College in Uganda to pursue a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics, history, and political science. He emerged as one of the best students in the Faculty of Arts in 1955, attaining a first-class honors degree. After graduation, Kibaki was employed at Shell Uganda as an assistant sales manager. He resigned when he secured a scholarship to study for a Bachelor of Science in Political Science, in Public Finance, I repeat. He resigned when he secured a scholarship to study for a Bachelor of Science in Public Finance at the prestigious London School of Economics and Political Science, LSE. At LSE, Kibaki became the first African to graduate with a first-class honors degree. Mwai Kibaki returned to Makerere as an assistant lecturer in the Department of Economics. The university would, years later, in 2012, bestow upon him an honorary Doctor of Laws degree as a testament to his distinguished and outstanding contribution to public service at the national, regional, and international levels. The tree and its branches. Just as a farmer plants a small seed which grows to become a large tree with branches that yield a bounty of fruits, as well as providing a safe and secure shade, Mwai Kibaki settled back home when he met and wedded Lucy Muthoni in the year 1961. Their union bore them one daughter and 3 sons: Judy Wanjiko, Jimmy Kibaki, David Kagai, and Tony Githinji. Today, the home is also filled with 7 grandchildren, being Joy Marie, Ryan Mwai, Christina Muthoni, Giorgio Mwai, Jeremy Mwai, Anna Lisa Muthoni, and Leah Rose Muthoni. Political inclination. Makerere was where Mwai Kibaki launched his political career. He was elected chairman of the Kenya Students Association as well as vice chairman of Makerere Students Guild during a watershed moment. This was a time when the agitation to end colonial domination in Africa was at its peak. Kibaki seized that moment and distinguished himself as a champion of emancipation of the African. Mwai Kibaki's career as a lecturer lasted between 1958 and 1961, after which he resigned to become the first executive officer of Kenya's independence party, the Kenya African National Union, KANU. Mwai Kibaki put his best foot forward to strengthen KANU for victory in the 1961 elections. KANU garnered 19 out of 33 elected seats in the House of Representatives. Mwai Kibaki himself was elected Member of Parliament for Donholm in 1963 and appointed Parliamentary Secretary to the National Treasury. He continued to hold his position as KANU's executive officer and gained immense respect across the board, much to the chagrin of his adversaries. Also notable is that Mwai Kibaki was a key architect, together with the late Tom Mboya, of the acclaimed sessional called African Socialism and its application to planning in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, I want now to ask Big Mwai to proceed.
Joining the cabinet. Mwai Kibaki became a full cabinet minister on May 3rd, 1966, when he was appointed Minister for Commerce and Industry. He would 3 years later be appointed to serve his nation as a Minister for Finance. During his tenure at the National Treasury, Mwai Kibaki guided the country through a global economic turndown and managed to steady the fortunes of a relatively young economy to safe shores. Given Kibaki's notable exploits in the arena of leadership, former World Bank President Robert McNamara described him as one of the greatest economic brains to have emerged from Africa. Kibaki's former lecturer at Makerere, Professor